really happy to be with Logan Loomis today. Logan's an author, but he comes to this content by having done the work himself. He's been a sales manager, a sales executive, and a CEO. And now in his book, Getting the People Equation Right, he's going to tell us how to do that. Welcome, Logan.
Thank you, Jim. It's good to be here.
So you've got a unique and amazingly simple equation to talk about how people fit in an organization. Can you tell us a little bit about how you came to develop that?
Often development is a reaction to an urgency or a failure, and that really was the case with me. I developed this analytical framework and the information that I share in Getting the People Equation Right, frankly, as a result of a failure. I was consulting with a company, providing management consulting services in the late 1990s, and during that period, the CEO of that company decided that he was going to change the leadership of one of the key business units. He was looking for somebody that could bring some fresh perspectives, some new ideas, some new energy to this unit. It was a very important decision. He wanted a home run, so he had a very thorough process. The process included retaining a very highly regarded executive search firm, engaging 2 members of his board of directors, his CFO, and me to help him vet the candidates. And we talked to a lot of very qualified candidates. But there was one guy who just really stood out. Just had lovely presence, great energy, brilliant guy, great ideas. And when we all met, hands down, every one of us said, this is the guy. We've got to have this guy, and we were very excited about him coming on board. That excitement quickly faded when he came on board. We found that while he was very bright and did have great ideas, that energy that he had actually became very counterproductive. He was authoritative, and actually to the point of authoritarian. It was his way or it was the highway. And he was driven and he drove his people and he had demands on his people and he tended to be very hypercritical. And so what the CEO was experiencing was immediately a very, very, very bad impact on morale. And the CEO had a number of pointed conversations with him to say, you've got to back off. You've got to engage your people. And he just couldn't do it. So morale was continuing to decline. And it was at that point that I was having a dinner with the CEO. And it's actually the dinner that I opened the book with. We were meeting in a steak restaurant, and it was a very high-end restaurant, very dimly lit to give mood. And actually the mood for us was very somber, and that just seemed to kind of weigh on us. And what the CEO was telling me was, Logan, I've had it. I've tried. I've done everything I can. It's not changing. I'm just going to have to part ways with the guy. His decision was he was going to promote somebody from within, not somebody who had quite the energy or the fresh ideas that he wanted, but it was safe considering the experience that he was having with the guy who he had just hired. So I'm leaving the restaurant, and on the drive back, I'm thinking about, what did we do wrong? Why did we have this problem? And actually, Jim, what I was doing was ruminating over the failure, but I thought to myself, I practiced law for the better part of 10 years, and I had formal training in how do you fire somebody. And so I knew how to do that. The question is, how do you get the right person in the right job? And you look at all the management literature, and there's all the observations that great companies get the right people in the right job. And that's a pretty obvious conclusion. The hard question is, how do you do that? And I had to admit to myself, I just wasn't very good at it. I don't think I know how to consistently get the right person in the right job. And clearly it's not just me, because we had 5 people vetting these candidates, all very good business people, all with a good track record of building businesses, and we all blew it, and we blew it badly. And I really started saying to myself, is there a better way? I mean, to paraphrase Peter Drucker, one of the last great areas of competitive advantage is in making people decisions because we're all so bad at it. Is there a way to do it better? And so I challenged myself to see if I could develop an analytical framework and data to support that would give business people the same kind of support in making business decisions that we have when we make the other range of business decisions where we have strong analytics and strong data. And actually, the research that I did and the application of that research And God bless my clients who were guinea pigs for this and willing guinea pigs as we were developing this. But that research and that application is the genesis of the people equation.